We have all been there, standing outside on a winter morning late for work. Fingers numb, pulling on a car door that refuses to open. If you feel stuck, frustrated, and helpless right now, you don't have to because you are just about to learn exactly what to do to unfreeze your car as quickly as possible. In the next 8 minutes, I'll show you the 3 proven ways to unfreeze your car doors using items you probably already have at home. No tools, no towing, and no damage to your paint or seals. Once you see how simple it is, you'll never stress about frozen doors again because you'll know exactly how to handle it. And hey guys, welcome back to the channel Auto V Fix, where we help you diagnose and fix your car issues in an easy-to-follow steps. So make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our videos. And let's get started. When the temperature drops, any bit of moisture that sneaks into your car's seals or locks can turn to ice overnight. The result? Your door feels glued shut, or your key won't even go in the lock. It's not just annoying. Forcing it can actually damage your handle seals or even shatter your glass. So instead of fighting the ice, let's outsmart it. First, figure out where the freeze is happening. Sometimes it's the rubber seal that's frozen to the frame. Other times it's the lock cylinder itself that's iced over. The fix depends on which one's causing the jam. If the lock works fine but the door won't open, start with a little pressure. Press your body against the door and give it a firm push. That pressure can crack the thin layer of ice bonding the seal to the frame without breaking anything. If you can see a crust of ice around the edges, gently scrape it away with a plastic tool like a scraper. An old credit card, or even a plastic spatula will get the job done. Just don't use metal so you don't leave a dent on your car. One slip, and you're scratching paint or glass. If it's still stuck, try lukewarm water. Please not hot water. Pour it slowly along the seals and repeat as needed. Lukewarm water can shock and crack your glass. And here's something most people miss. As soon as you pour the lukewarm water and the seals opens, you have to dry the seals completely. Otherwise, the lukewarm water you just poured could refreeze in minutes, especially if the weather is below 25 Fahrenheit. If you can't dry it right away, you're better off using a different method, which I will talk about in a bit. Now, if you've got de-icer spray in the trunk, this is its moment to shine. Commercial de-icers don't just melt ice. They leave behind a thin film that resists moisture buildup, which means fewer frozen doors next time. Many of them contain calcium chloride, which pulls water molecules out of the mix so they can't refreeze easily. But maybe you don't have de-icer handy. No problem. Some household stand-ins work surprisingly well. Rubbing alcohol is one of the best. Just pour or spray it around the seal and it'll quickly cut through ice since it freezes at around minus 100 degrees. You can even dip your car key in hand sanitizer if it's alcohol-based, a little trick straight from Alaskan drivers. Windshield washer fluid works too, as long as it's the winter blend. Vinegar also melts ice, but it's a last resort. It smells bad and can damage paint or glass if you're not careful. If you've got power access, you can also use a hairdryer. Keep it moving and stay a few inches from the surface so you don't overheat the glass. Or if your car has a remote starter, use that. Letting the interior heat up for 10 minutes can naturally thaw frozen mechanisms from the inside. Alright, but what if the lock itself is frozen solid? That's trickier since the ice is trapped inside the small cylinder. Here's how to handle that. Start with a lock de-icer if you've got one. It's designed for exactly this. The solvent gets right inside, melts the ice, and dries quickly. If you don't have one, rubbing alcohol does a similar job. Use a straw or nozzle to direct it into the keyhole, or just spray some on your key and slide it in gently. Never mix different lubricants, though. It can gum up the mechanism completely. You might have heard of people using WD-40 here. Technically, it works before the freeze. It displaces moisture to prevent freezing, but it's not ideal for thawing a lock that's already iced up because it can leave sticky residue. Grease and silicone lubricants are also no-go for frozen locks. They just make a bad situation worse. For regular winter maintenance, though, PTFE or graphite lubricants are great for keeping locks smooth and ice-free. If you're really stuck, heat can help. Warm your key with a lighter, just until it's warm, not glowing. Then insert it slowly into the lock to transfer that heat. Do this a few times until it starts to turn. Of course, this only works with a plain metal key. Don't try it with one that has an electronic chip, or you'll end up with an expensive paperweight. You can also warm the lock itself using a hairdryer or even your breath through a cardboard tube. It takes patience, but it works in a pinch when nothing else is available. Now that we've got you inside, let's talk prevention, because that's where the real payoff comes. Most frozen door problems start with worn or dirty rubber seals. Clean the seals and door frame regularly with warm water and a soft cloth, then dry them completely. Once clean, condition the seals. A silicone-based spray or rubber conditioner keeps them soft and water-resistant. Avoid petroleum jelly or regular WD-40 here. Those can break down the rubber over time. Apply the spray evenly along the seals and let it dry on a day above freezing. For your locks, apply a dry lubricant like PTFE powder before winter hits. It protects the internal parts without attracting dust. If you prefer to use WD-40, that's fine for preventing ice, just not for thawing. Spray it into the lock a couple of times during the season to keep moisture out. Finally, control the environment. Avoid washing your car in freezing weather. Water that sneaks into seals during a wash is almost guaranteed to freeze overnight. If you park outside, throw a tarp or even a heavy-duty trash bag over your car, or at least over the driver's side door. You can even place a plastic sheet between the door and frame before closing it on freezing nights. It keeps the door from bonding to the frame at all. By the way, if you're into winter prep tips like this, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. I've got a full video coming soon on how to protect your battery and wipers from freezing too. You'll want that before the next snowstorm hits. Let's wrap up. When it comes to frozen doors and locks, think smart, not strong. Start gentle. Pressure, alcohol, or de-icer, and save the heat for last. Never pour boiling water or use sharp tools. Once you get it open, dry everything and treat those seals so it doesn't happen again. If you found this helpful, give the video a thumbs up and share it with someone dealing with a no-start problem right now. Please don't forget to subscribe to Auto VFix so you can stay one step ahead of your repairs and keep more money in your pocket. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.